Hello, guys and gals, and welcome to the Ersa Theory. Before today's episode starts, we have a spoiler warning, so watch at your own risk. Ursulin's FNAF roleplay playlist will be in the description below. You have been warned. But now, the baseline information for this has three main parts. To the theory section, anyways. But first, a rundown on the series. Ersa, Ursulin, Lindsay, Night Guard lost her job and apartment all in the span of a day, when suddenly they got a mysterious call and was given a job interview for the role as the night guard at Fazbear Frights, where Ursa get trapped in a game of life and being murdered and come back to life, where Scary and Trucks try to catch her or make her night even worse. Springtrap, Plushtrap, Phantom Chica, Phantom Bonnie, Phantom Foxy, Phantom Puppet, Mangle, and Bitty Bab make Ursa's night terrible by rather draining her power, literally try to kill her for a multitude of reasons or be such a attention seeker. And later, Nightmare Fusion and Nightmare Cupcake are now assaulting Ursa in her dreams, but subjecting her to torturous nightmares, but that's just a baseline to the series. But to understand the series further, there are three main sections. Who is W? And questionable characters, the portal and time loop, and the puppet stories.
These are intertwined, but for simplicity's sake, we're going to leave them individual for now. But we're going to start with the original mystery of this series, W. When Ursa first arrives at Fazbear Frights, a letter is waiting for them on the door, signed by a mysterious W. The formality of the letter, it's probably not the uptight, buttons done up, stand straight kind of person. It's more chilled, relax. So it's probably their first name and not their last name. So who do we know with a first name beginning with W? William Afton. But which one? The parallel universe William Afton in Ersa series, Afton E, or William Afton from Brian's series, Afton B? Well, neither quite makes sense. William Afton E didn't want a night guard, because why would a night guard help them in any way? They would be a distraction, if anything.
Afton B doesn't care about a night guard of Fazbear Frights. Would they, as well as Afton B, moving into position to get what he wanted? There's no point.
Someone with the first name beginning with W, then who could it be? A liar? A cheat? Someone making up a name to be mysterious? Let's just look at some of the other questionable characters in the series and we'll check it out. New characters to the series, they seem to be a fusion of some of the Nightmare animatronics. Bonnie, Chica, Freddy, possibly Halloween Chica, probably not.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Ersa Theory. Today's a little different. I'm going to be interviewing the one that made the FNAF roleplay, which is Ersa.
Yo.
And before we start, if you guys like this stuff, maybe I'll do more of it.
I don't know, man. I don't know how I got here. I don't know where I am. I just know that you're gonna ask me questions and then probably you'll let me leave, maybe? Yeah?
No promises.
Heard it here first, folks. You gotta save Ersa. Let's go.
Let's get a hashtag save Ersa. Alright. Where did you get the idea of starting the FNAF roleplay?
So, if people have been watching for a while, they'll know that originally I started out on Tommy's channel, or the Frozen Gargon, and we did like Little Nightmares and FNAF and Hello Neighbor, and like through helping him with and helping plan the stuff that goes on his channel, like it inspired me because he was like, hey, you could do this YouTube stuff. And I was like, nah, man, I'm not an entertainer. And he's like, no, it's fine. You could do it. So eventually when he stopped making his videos, because, he found other things that he wanted to do, I decided, I kind of liked helping him with videos and I liked planning things and role playing and acting. So one of the first projects that I thought about doing was FNAF, because while I liked helping him with his, I wanted to make one that was more rooted in story, because Tommy really wasn't into the story aspect of things. He just wanted to kind of, derp around, make something people would watch, and we kind of were responsible for coming up with the story behind anything. And I was like, we could do that, but better. So that's where the idea for that came from. And originally, it wasn't supposed to be tied with John's series, because John's series didn't exist when I had the idea for this. But then the server that we built got lost, so we had to rebuild everything. And that gave me more time to plan the FNAF series and make the HD skins and all the other little things like animate jump scares that kind of nobody else do or did. Because there weren't really any spooky FNAF roleplays when I was planning this. Everyone kind of just happy-go-lucky, not really Five Nights at Freddy's stuff. I wanted to see one that was a little different. So I made one.
Pretty cool. Next question is, how did you meet everyone that voice acts?
Okay, so that kind of traces back to a little further from when we were working with Tommy. It actually kind of goes all the way back to the beginning, where I volunteered to body act for Corey or Newscape Pro about 2 years ago. And through volunteering to body act, I met, maybe not directly, but I met basically everyone on my team. Like, Anubis was one of the body actors with me. Later on, Rob was one of the body actors. And Yuki, who was in the series for a little bit, she played Chica. It's a different Yuki, not one that you're thinking about, I'm sure. But she played Chica for a little bit, and then we had to get a different voice actor because she got busy. But she was also someone I met through Corey. And then eventually it kind of expanded, and I met people through working with Tommy. And then eventually it came full circle, and I met people just through making the series, like Pandy, who now plays Chica. She was someone who watched the series first, which is, a different experience. So, yeah, just kind of meet everybody in a big circular YouTube fashion. Kind of interesting how it ended up this way.
Very interesting. So, if you could change anything on the series, what would it be?
The lag. Like, the first time we talked about this, right? I'm not changing my mind, because my recording software, for some reason the settings were off. So the first 3 minutes of every video that I recorded would lag, and I had no idea where it was coming from, because in the actual game, so it was only later on where I was like, okay, what do I do? So many of the opportunities that I did is I would cover the lag with glitches, and that's kind of how the glitch text started, because I tried to cleverly hide the lag by giving someone something else to look at, and that was the glitches. But then that kind of turned into a whole different outlet of storytelling, so I'm glad that happened. But yeah, if I could fix anything, I would fix that, because it kind of took the quality down a little bit. And I want to make good, or at least the best quality that I can, while still having fun with it.
I see. Now, this was on my mind. On your latest video for it, with the nightmares, you did say who voice acted the nightmare animatronics.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret, though. You can pretty much tell. I'm sure you can give me a guess here, because there's only 2 of them, and, I didn't really have to cite them because they're already in the description.
Oh, wow.
You know exactly who it is. Don't play like you don't.
You're right.
Obviously, Nightmare is played by Anubis, and a certain Fusion is played by John. Their voices are very unique. I'd be, a little concerned if you didn't realize who it was playing those characters, if you've been watching the series for a while.
I have, but people who hasn't.
Mm-hmm. No, honestly, I just completely forgot to add on those particular roles since they already each have multiple roles attributed to them. Like Anubis is already, what is his description? It's like,
Murder.
yellow murder blue bunny with great eyebrows or something. I don't know. I gave them really long, stupid descriptions because people don't read my description, and they should because I hide things there.
You hear, folks? Read descriptions.
There's always a little something for you there. Always just a little something. Anyway, yeah, next question.
Yeah. Okay. So, what was your favorite part of the series?
All of it? I don't know. Nothing that I've done hasn't been my favorite. Literally, only things that happen off screen are the not good part. But that's also where we get like the best bloopers and stuff. I don't really think I have a favorite. I just kind of like all the little really funny parts and even some of the serious moments. It's fun being able to make a semi-serious Minecraft roleplay of all things that can kind of tug at your emotions. Minecraft is a really cool medium to make things. It's like I have an opportunity to make a TV show, and that's really cool because it's like the lowest budget you could possibly get.
You're right.
That's what it is, I want to tell a cool story, and I just got really lucky that the people I work with want to do it for, a penny a day.
A penny a day.
Not that I pay them, but I would if I could.
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about your character in this series?
You specifically worded that open-ended, didn't you? I see how you work.
I just think
Okay. I mean, I can give you a general character overview, but doesn't mean you'll get anything out of it. My character is obviously Ersa. She was a college student who, lost a little bit of money, especially when her, she lost the house she was living in, her apartment. She lost her job, kind of was down on her luck, and, gets a mysterious phone call. And everything kind of went downhill from there. She had some friends from college who apparently have been, in this whole mess from the very beginning. But, I mean, there's not much to say about Ersa. Not much to say.
Oh boy, evil plans.
You can read between the lines, I think, in a lot of the episodes. But if I spell that out for you, where's the fun in that?
You're right. There's no point, so there's no theories. And there's no point in theories.
I mean, why don't you tell me about some of the theories that exist around my character?
Theories?
Yeah, you do your research. Not so fun to be put on the spot now, is it?
Well, let's see.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show where Ersa interviews the person supposed to her. Our special guest today, Pikachu Froakie. How does that make you feel?
Wow.
No, because honestly, there's a bunch of theories, and I really like how on the Discord, for the public Discord, there is a legit theory chat where people have been going at it. There is a 25 plus Google Doc that talks about the series. And I just kind of get to smile and laugh evilly in the background.
Of course.
Anyway, while you think about that, why don't you ask the next question? Although I'm still going to come back to that because I put you on the spot and you still haven't answered. So.
Okay then. So, do you ship anything?
No. I mean, actually, hold on. Rob X John, even though she's not, in the series, but she is his girlfriend, so that's there. And Ursa X Escaping, that's a good one. Ursa X Sleep, that's another good one. Everything else now. At the end of the day, you have to remember these are dead children and or dead grown adult inside of animal suits, and one of them is married. So that's real weird.
You're right. Bonnie X Soap.
Bonnie X Soap is also acceptable.
So I was reading Discord and there's one that says Ersa X Springtrap.
Yeah, see, listen. He is a corpse inside of a bunny suit who is also married and from a different dimension. Think about it.
Interesting.
Not to mention he's probably like 50 years older than my character. There's that too.
I thought he was in his 30s due to one of the episodes.
Yeah, he may be in his 30s before he got stuck in this, who knows how long he's been inside of Fazbear's Fray. Who knows how long he's been in this universe to begin with? How long was he stuck in the other universe?
So many
These
theories.
are questions.
So many theories.
Indeed.
Alright.
I see the real reason you wanted to do this interview again is because you wanted more questions. There was like 4 last time.
Yes.
I see how it is.
Or I just want to do something different for once. See how people like it.
They better like it. I'm gonna feature it. I'm gonna show people and be like, hey, look, I support the theories because I get to laugh about it.
I just remember the time you just said you were going to do a flip.
I'm still gonna do a flip, but I do it to where I won't hurt myself. So gotta do some planning.
Don't.
You can't stop me. People are making theory videos, sir. There'll be a flip.
Also in the Springtrap.
You can try.
Okay.
Anyway, back on track. You got
Yeah.
any other questions for me?
Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
You have any questions?
No, not really. Not anymore.
Alright, cool. I mean, we can wrap this up then, or, you
Yeah.
can actually answer my question. Huh?
Well, anyway, thank you all so much for watching.
You see this? You see what I have to deal with? This is the kind of interviewee
Okay.
that I get.
To answer your question, I think John set your character up to it.
Is that a theory or is that proven in the series?
But a little bit of both.
Yeah, no, John definitely had a little bit of behind the scenes pulling the strings, if you know what I mean.
Confirmed. He did this.
Just some food for thought. If you've seen his videos before he comes to Fazbear's Fright with Molten, they specifically talk about it will not work. Just throwing that out there.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming out, Miss Ersa.
Yeah, you got a nice place here. Cool, comfy couch, nice, fancy 5-foot chandelier hanging from your ceiling. It's pretty nice. Pretty fancy place.
Thank you. Well, thank you all so much for watching, and see you all in the next one.
Bye.
Hello, guys and gals, and welcome back to an Ersa Theory. Today, I'm with someone else today, besides Ersa, and he voice acts Plush Trap. His name is Slender.
Hey everybody.
Alright, so this will be part 1 for episode 4. Alright, so for the first question is, how did you get into the roleplay business?
Well, honestly, I think it was just meeting Ursa a long time ago. I met her through another friend of mine, and we've been friends with her, Anubis, Pandy I met recently. Invited me actually to be in her. I started out with her Sunglow series. I played one of the characters on there. She started her FNAF and she offered to, and that's when she decided that would be good for Plush Trap.
Very interesting. So, what is your favorite FNAF animatronic?
Hmm. Oh, that's a tough one. If I had to pick my favorite animatronic, well, I think it would be. Uh, I do like if it's in the role play. I think Plush Trap is definitely a very interesting character. Love what Rob actually brought to the table with Balloon. She pulled a very interesting idea with Rob, or Rob did with Balloon, and fascinating to see the personality she gave the character.
Very interesting. Maybe that's what we'll do next. Alright. So, if you could do any other roleplay, what would it be?
Uh, well, any other roleplay, one of them would be my own. I do have one that I have had on the market for quite some time, but it's been on hold longer than I'd like it to be. Of difficulties with the scenery that's being built and the members. One, it probably would be. I would love to get my series that I'm trying to start up and going.
Can't wait to see when it comes out. So where did Plush Out come into play?
Oh, it was interesting to see how he would play out because he technically didn't have much of a background at all in the original FNAF games or FNAF Wikia, so to speak. Kind of hard to give him his own personality and his own role in the series. So he was kind of one of those characters that eventually was kind of there and kind of helped out whenever help was needed, and he made the interesting. But I do feel like he will eventually have more of a role in the future.
Alright. What is your favorite moment?
Well, if I had to pick one, my favorite moment was with, as well, how so positive about things, and but it would sound so negative at the same time with jokes that Bloom would make towards the other animatronics or towards the Night Guard herself.
I see. For the series, do you have any ships for anyone?
Oh man, I never really thought about any ships, but if I had to pick one, be I do love the idea of Bonnie bringing the idea of soap to the table.
I feel like that ship is actually confirmed.
I feel like it is confirmed. I'm not really up to date on all the ships.
Sylvia? If you could change one thing, what would it be?
I could change one thing.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, off the top of my mind, I don't really think there is much to change. I think everyone at their characters, and the story is taking so many ways that I feel like it's just doing such a great job, and everybody seems to love it. And I'm excited to see both Ursa with her videos and how happy her fans are with her videos.
So, you got any ideas?
For change.
Can you give us any hints about your upcoming series if you're making one? Roleplay series. Any hints?
Oh yeah. Story is it's gonna be about my character.
Ooh.
My persona, my character that I created for my channel to begin with was half human, half Slenderman. Being his mother being human, his father being Slenderman himself. His story about not only it's gonna be kind of its own little twist on why Slenderman hates humanity now all of a sudden, and why his son is now trying to change that, trying to fit in with the regular people along with the proxies of Slenderman as well.
Can't wait for when that comes out. That sounds very interesting. Well, thanks for coming out, my friend.
Thank you. I was happy to come.
And thank you all so much for watching. And see you all in the next one. Stay tuned for part 2.
Hello, guys, and welcome back to the Ersa theory. We talked about one of the questionable characters, but before we move on to Ursa and the portal, there's something we got in store for you. But as always, there is a possible spoiler warning ahead, so be careful. But now we got that out of the way, so we can begin the topic of this video: Ursa, the portal, and the loop.
Oh, you say, Ersa, but we're going to have a dedicated theory to her later. But for now, all we need is just her connection to the portal to understand what is going on. Well, we don't actually know much about how the portal actually works and how it functions and how they communicate or how they work. In general, they're actually pretty mysterious, all things considered. What do we know about the portals? Well, we know that they can communicate with each other across realities within the same universe, and we know they can transport people within the same boundaries. But, according to Lefty, we also know there's a genetic component to them which allows them to dictate who's going into the portal and who gets incinerated. Remember that one for later, it's important. I don't believe what's happening to the portal is that it's going to blow within 2 minutes or a bit just needs to be replaced. I think it's broken within 2 precise areas. What the portal is actually transporting and what the portal is connecting to, that being itself. Ideas coupled together create what we see in the series. Well, if the entire Fazbear Fright's location is travelling instantly, which means it's travelling close to the speed of light, then according to Einstein's theory of relativity, we would actually have time dilation, as a week for Ursa is about a month for everyone else, or actually even more so at this point, which means they're travelling even faster to the speed of light, which is not good. But this also explains why Ursa can't leave, as Ursa, now she's caught on the genetic component, would also be travelling at equal rate to the rest of the Fazbear Fright's location, which means if she were to step out, she would very quickly slow down and snap her back. It wouldn't let her leave because the effects would be just massive on everything around her and her. She would very much die. And, but here's the question. What gets put into the genetic component? Is it random or is it selected? That is that it's selected.
But what does this mean? Well, it means that Ursa was selected over all the other Neggards that have been there here to survive by someone or something has purposely put Ursa in the scenario. Well, besides Lindsay herself, of course, which means rather the nightmares or someone else has forced Ursa into literally he double L. But why the nightmares? Well, then Ursa originally walked into Fazbear Frights. There is a glitchy screen effect, and we know whenever nightmares use their abilities, that glitch on the screen come with them. So this could be them linking Ursa to the portal rest compatibilities as they had decided on their prey is who the prey is. But what does this mean? Well, it means that Ursa can't be saved by fixing the portal. It has to be destroyed. But at that moment, when the portal isn't creating, both time and the niche and a loop which would literally everyone that as that would cause a massive black hole in the middle of all the universes that would destroy all universes and all universes to come. So not an option, but there is one way. Disconnect Ursa from the generic component, which would set her free, but this would leave her mortal again. And we don't know the damage it would do to Ursa, as the genetic components could be damaged and has some recoil, which in Ursa condition could be lethal, and she wouldn't be mortal, but we can't be sure of the future, and Ursa may not go this way. Well, thank you all so much, Pikachu
Welcome
here.
back to the Ersa theory. Don't give me a count. I will do this. I will do reading this intro.
Well, this ain't my episode today.
Oh my god.
It's our creatives today. So what are we doing?
This is wait, what? Why did you what? Confused.
Well, anyways, welcome back to Inertia Theory. Today I'm here with Double and Uncreated.
Hello.
Was a theory panel.
Hello, people.
I am uncreated. I am You can call me the Grinch. Green Giant. Both Giant.
So we're good. So there is a big spoiler warning on this episode. So
Yeah.
watch at your own risk.
If you haven't I mean, I don't know why that we would need one. If they haven't seen the latest three-parter, then wrong with them. So if you haven't watched it, go see Cal, and everyone else can stay.
And if you're watching this, Ersa, congrats on getting 11K.
Woo.
She will be watching. You know she will.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, anyways, let's get right into it.
So, what were your initial thoughts on the thread? Yeah, 'cause ordinary questions be.
Okay. So what I thought of them is very interesting. It revealed a lot of things, and who knows what John's gonna do now.
Well, I mean, he said he's going to do something. He doesn't reveal himself. He doesn't reveal what.
Yeah, because in his video, in the part 2, you could hear ticking in the background, and we know who is related to a clockwork, which he said
Tick
is the end for John.
What? It is always the end.
But the end is never the end.
The end is never the end, it's always a new beginning. but it'll be the general clock, and which has been more foreshadowed in this episode. But we're not here to talk peers. We're here to talk about the three.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So your thoughts? Yes, I'm doing this in videos.
Excuse me?
Yes, and G or double or whatever you people call G. What were your thoughts
Thoughts on what?
on the 3-part video?
Okay.
Crossover.
So, well, with the Brian part 1 bit, I think it was like showing us how powerful the portal really is and what it can actually do. Because as we know, Ersa can't go through the portal, but Brian can, and we know Brian's been through a portal before. So he must be able to go through portals and even like corrupt portals. The part 2
Brian
bit
was
with John, I think that was focusing more on John's bit, as I said before, we could hear ticking. We could learn more about John, what he thinks of the situation, and the part 3 bit with Ursa. Oh boy, there's a lot there, isn't there?
Agreed.
Oh yeah, there's tons.
Yeah. So they go through the nightmares. And as Ursa said, she has been having nightmares off camera, and that's why she isn't sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the first nightmare with John, like, he doesn't fear that, as he said. But I think the nightmares also work around guilt, as well as the fear, as John has extreme guilt for that situation. With Brian's pizzeria going down, we know he has PTSD of that moment, so the stress from it is probably what the nightmares are also being on. And then we have the final nightmare. I don't really know whose nightmare this is, because I personally think it's Ursa's. However, John was the one stuck in a trance.
You got to keep in mind, Ursa has gone through this several times at this point, and like you said, first time's always the worst. Becoming a lot more resistant. So,
yes, she will
getting
become more resistant.
through John may be the only way they can get to it.
Yeah, but in the final nightmare, she appeared to fear what John is capable of. As she hid in the corner, she feared him. And as the nightmare said, you fear this. And then John says, we don't fear you. And then the screen glitch. And as we know, the nightmares make the screen glitch. The text said she does. So I'm guessing Ursa actually does this. Ursa's the one feeding them.
Keep in mind that every night, majority of the few friends she made is trying to kill her. I don't believe it's precisely John, more the concept of a friend trust is now going to kill you, and you misplaced your trust, and that everything done to playing of a security, which if it is like that, then that, and keep in mind if you solve all the ciphers, the line "it's all John's fault" repeats a fair bit. It's all John's fault. So if Ersa believes that it is John's fault, explain why making John a sociopath, a killer, killing all his friends would be so hard.
Yes, that is true.
and it adds something not just to their characters, but also shows quite how terrifying, well, more of a threat than nightmares can be. And not just playing on fears, playing on every single issue, every stumble, every security, doubt, every moment they use, like they are willing, they're always ready, clearly, and it's showing and how Nightmare going. I will finish you off is showing how while Nightmare's the brain, Fusion's more of the brawn, produce a lot higher of a death toll, so to speak, or night.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's your opinion on this uncreative? The 3 parts?
I believe there's little bits in John and Brian's episode which are important. I will be looking. Not going to reveal that just. Got to keep the theory to myself until I make sure they're actually. So, but I'd say the first two really aren't all important to the overall narrative. Maybe Brian a bit be working her a lot trying to get her out. It's going to be probably possible, but plus it is exploring more of the idea of the portal, which much we know very little, and the order in which they've been made and where wrong help. It shows the areas where again. Plus, it's put a more meaning towards the ciphers because it's because in the description if you read it's gone from twisted redemption story, it's gone to will I be able to turn, shows that so somewhat of a side character in her own but now she's having the forefront, she's really just taking the role now. Silence falls. Yeah,
Continuing on.
interesting.
Good.
Oh, more insight into the portal so you can theorize how it works, how it's broken, be fake, which I explore in the episode somewhat of the Ersa theory. I think was uploaded earlier on today. Was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. My wife has been dropping in and out all day. I haven't to go on YouTube. It's so sad.
Anyways,
Also, the decoded binary code in the description of the QR code. The end is never the end, not here, not in this world. Don't be dismayed by a false conclusion. Remember this when the time comes. After all, this is our twisted redemption story. I think Ursa is going to give us a false ending video. Like, oh, Ursa finally gets out, or Ursa is trapped forever, or she dies. I think that will be a false one. And then maybe we have to decode something in that description to lead us to the true ending.
I feel like that would happen.
No. What? Because if you read her, pay attention to her Twitter, she likes to write stories that everyone who watches can be sat. If it's only the people who decipher the code, only the people who are actually theorizing group would actually get any satisfaction.
That is true.
Agreed.
I don't. The false ending idea, while is good, I don't think that is because, like you said, the end is never the end.
True.
while the end may seem like it, Ersa might go on to do other things. A season 2 confirmed. No.
Oh, I would love that.
Oh,
It
I'm
could be.
sure they will.
It could be possible.
Could be possible. Ersa might finally actually make it somewhere else. Might have to build a new set. We never.
Plus, we might have found out how to counteract the nightmare animatronics from episode 3, from the part 3.
Laughter's always the best cure for fear. If you can make it seem less of it is, there you go. Done, dusted. But you could also do what Afton does and just rock them. Just go, oh, you've given me that. Congratulations. You've done. But, yeah.
Have anything else you guys want to talk about?
Well, I've got lots to talk about, but I don't want to go on 5 hours, so.
Well, thank you all so much
But-
for. Good.
Zikataba. Zikataba. I will ruin all intros and outros.
Anything you want to say,
What?
Double?
Not really. Uncreative pretty much summed it up.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all so much for watching, and see you all in the next one.
Everyone, and welcome back to Inertia Theory. Today I am interviewing Phantom Chica, aka Pandy.
Hi!
And just to let you know, this is going to be a mini series to it because some of my friends told me it's going to get confusing. So, yeah.
That's fun.
How'd you get into the roleplay business?
Well, I started out when I first started playing Minecraft. Kind of just messed around with friends and stuff. And I actually played Chica in a video for a friend of mine. And I remember talking with Ersa and stuff, and she's just like, hey, so we need a Phantom Chica. Our other Phantom Chica no longer around. Do you have like a voice changer and stuff? And I was like, yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
So what else roleplays do you do?
I do role plays on my channel, with my character Pandy, a bunch of other characters, which has been a ton of fun.
Alright.
Otherwise, I've not really done anything outside of that quite yet, but I'm hoping to at some point.
Alright. That is very interesting.
Yeah.
So who's all in your FNAF roleplay?
In mine, Ursa is a character known as Spring Puppet, and Anubis, aka Springtrap, also plays a character of mine, two characters of mine, Nox and Goldie, along with like Slender, who's Plush Trap, and a couple friends of mine. There's a lot of characters.
Oh boy.
Eh.
So tell us a little about Phantom Chica.
Phantom Chica, Phantom Chica has been a ton of fun. I actually think it's quite ironic because a lot of people don't recognize my voice to Phantom Chica's because when I speak with the filter, I speak more in a higher pitch. It's an echo. And so it like the deeper tone, a lot of people are like, wait a minute, you play this character? And it's like, yeah. But it's been a ton of fun playing Phantom Chica. I've enjoyed getting to scream at Night Guard about cupcakes.
That is quite funny.
It's been It's been a blast breaking windows, stuff like that. I am the chicken.
So, do you have any other role plays in mind you want to start?
Not at the moment. I'm working on writing my own original roleplay. And I've been talking around with some people, and I think there's definitely some stuff coming up on my channel that may not just be the FNAF spin-off related. But other than that, no.
Can't wait to see when that one comes out.
Yeah. That won't be for a while, but it'll be interesting, that's for sure.
So, how did you meet Ersa?
I met Ursa via the Discord, Anubis's Discord. I had met Anubis first, and like she would come and chat in there with Anubis, and we'd all talk, and it was pretty fun. Um, and we that's basically how we met.
Alright, so I asked this question to Slender, which I'm going to ask it here. What is your favorite FNAF animatronic?
Oh, favorite FNAF animatronic. I would say any of the Chicas, honestly. I have I've played several of them for several different things, and I have a lot of fun being Chica. But like favorite animatronic, not like playing, would be Freddy. I absolutely love Freddy.
Freddy is a good character.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
Yeah.
for coming out.
Thank you for interviewing. This has been fun.
Thank you all so much for watching, and see you all in the next one.